Good morning. It is 7:47 p.m. not p.m. a.m. on Saturday, December 12th, 2020. I'm Christiana Ellis and I just got up. This is 5 more minutes. So last night on Netflix, I watched a movie called The Death of Stalin. In fact, actually, I think it might be Death of Stalin, not with the. Can't remember, actually. Doesn't matter, really. You can find it either way, I'm sure. But so this is a movie that, from the title, not knowing anything about it, you might assume is like a period drama, about the death of Stalin. But in fact, it is actually a comedy where we have actors like Steve Buscemi and Jason Isaacs, who are among a cast of characters. Jeffrey Tambor also in there. Lots of people who are pretty good, but I didn't specifically recognize from anything. But a lot of so the basic premise though is this is a comedy where Stalin is this horrible dictator, of course, who frequently had people thrown into gulags or executed at the barest of pretenses, and there was this heightened paranoia from everyone around that, you better watch what you say. You say the wrong thing in front of him, you make a joke that doesn't land, and all of a sudden you're on a list, and now you're off the team, and then you're pretty much going to die, and your whole family will be executed or something like that. And so everyone's just like super careful to police each other of you better not say that Stalin doesn't have a fine appreciation of classical music, or else I'll report you and you'll get in trouble and stuff like that. But then when Stalin has a stroke, now all of a sudden all of these people, these climbers and sycophants that had been part of his inner circle, now start saying, well, okay, he's gone. And how much are we allowed to agree with each other that he was kind of an insane dictator now that he's gone? But, well, I guess we can't admit that that was true, right? We're all really sad, right? Yeah. Oh, no, I'm not sure you look sad enough. Maybe I better tell the others that you're not sad enough. And and stuff like that, and then trying to jockey for position, who gets to be in charge now, and you maybe don't want to say too much about the idea that maybe having a terrible dictator is bad because maybe you want to be the next one, and you don't want to have people starting to talk about maybe we shouldn't have a dictator because if we end up with one, they're going to certainly remember you said that. And that sort of thing, and it's pretty funny. I enjoyed it quite a bit, but it's also certainly true that I had been aware of this movie for a while and hadn't just pulled the trigger on watching it until last night. Partly just because I was kind of in the mood for a story where a bunch of sycophants were trying to grapple with the loss of their chosen dictator. What might have gotten me in that mood? Without wanting to be too precious or coy about that, I'll just say on a more serious note, huge relief, of course, that the Supreme Court, as they, of course, should have, dismissed the Texas lawsuit and the whole presidential election thing, because it's one of those things where it's like, on the legal merits, of course they should, and all of the serious scholars said, yes, of course they will, but, this has been a trying time. And we're not always confident that people will do the things that, of course, they should. But in this case, they did at least. And so now it'll be just kind of a case where we unfortunately have a lot of people in the country who are still convinced that the Democrats cheated through fraud. And why are they convinced of that? Because, of course, they've got the opportunistic politicians who know better, many of them, lying about it in the public and telling people that there was lots of fraud, even though they're repeating allegations that have been debunked over and over again, or they're abusing statistics in a way that makes no sense. And so we have a lot of politicians who, for their own reasons, are lying to people about there being a lot of fraud, and then trying to say, look how many people believed me. Because so many people believed me, that's proof that I must be right. Right? And it's like, everyone else is like, no, no. The fact that you lied to a bunch of people and convinced a bunch of people that your lies were true, and now everybody has to deal with those people because of you, is not a reason that you were right. Still so messy. But at least, one big thing went right yesterday. So I'm going to leave it there for now, and I will talk to you all tomorrow for 5 more minutes.